What's up, Pyro crew? Mike here. Today I want to take you through a journey of inspiration. I'm going to show you a Pyromusical that really inspired me to do everything that I do. It really sparked that passion in me to do fireworks and Pyromusicals in particular. This show is called The Greatest Showman, and it is by Pyromania Fireworks out of Essex, England. And it's a true masterclass, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you what I think. And yeah, without further ado, let's go for it. All right, I'll stop it right there real quick. And I apologize, I'm going to stop it a lot because I really want to talk about each of the sections that I find really cool. First of all, throughout the entire show, you're going to notice that the timing is absolutely impeccable. I can't even with their timing. I mean, most Pyromusicals, have great timing, but this one's pretty spot on. I probably found maybe one, two little areas, but that happens. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see the two Nishiki shells right on that growl. It's like, raw. And then they're just going to hang. So, yeah, you really want to emphasize those parts of the songs, and they did that well. All right, so those comet runs, the left to right, right to left, and then the center out. This is all just working towards a buildup in this song. There's a crescendo here, and it's going to all come to a head. You can see right now on the screen those two shells with the tails. So it's bringing your eye from that comet run upwards to what's coming. This is the moment you're going for. Again, the timing. Also in this area, the blue strobing mines there that came out, they're just going to flicker, right? And while he's got that low, I guess this would be a flat part of the song, right? Where there's not a lot going on, but those effects they just linger in the moment. Soaking through the floor. Buried in your bones, there's Nick that. Again, you see those effects just lingering with the echo of the music. Can't ignore, taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for your mind. Okay, these are tourbillon candles, and that's got to be one of my favorite things for the flat parts of a song. Actually, it's not too flat. It's, like a dun, 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 and it's just they're rolling with it, so that's a perfect use, and it's a great filler. It's this moment, don't care what can gather. You don't feel a dream, can't you see getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall. It's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go? Where it's carrying on? I mean, see, how can you not get stoked about that? You have the tourbillon slices that just built up from the bottom and just boom everywhere. And then the spacing of the effects is also very important because all the shells you can see breaking individually, so you can appreciate each individual shell, but there had to have been like 6 or 7 of them going off. So if y'all always wondered what good cakes are in shows, this is a prime example. You've got, I think, 4 or 5 positions with just the cakes going up, and they really just fill that part of the song. Okay, did you see that? The double stage shells there. I think that's what that's called. Where it had the peony and then the screamers coming out. So this is where you wanna be, you know, and just the bottom flies up and then it hits that crescendo. Uh, Pretty awesome. Oh, and then we got more screamers. So you can hear the screaming in the song and screaming there. So it's pretty cool. All right, the color scheme. So it changes throughout the show, but it's very coordinated. You can see that these cross sets are coming up and those two shells have the exact same colors. Yeah, see, look at all the colors. This is beautiful. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 shells breaking on that note. And then looks like we've got a cake coming up here on the bottom with the same colors. Okay, this is good. This is awesome. So you can see that sweeping slice. So I want to rewind that just a little bit. So boom, you know, it just flows. Go back and watch that a bunch of times. You need to use that effect in your show. That's awesome. I mean, they just don't stop with those 200-gram cakes down there at the bottom. I believe they're 200 gram, could be 500. I don't really know how far away we are, but it just keeps going throughout this whole part of the song, and it really just fills it really well. Okay, so now we're starting to use these swimmers, and it's really filling the whole sight picture. So we're definitely coming up onto a huge crescendo to end this song. And those cakes are still bursting in the middle. Then you've got the whole sight picture, and then occasionally a few shells. But I have a feeling we're gonna see it just erupt here. All right, see the tails? You don't want to overuse tails in your shows because it just doesn't have the same impact. But in this case, you know, every once in a while you see just that build up. It brings your eye upwards to those shells breaking, and it just really makes just an amazing impact. Okay, and the zipper cake. See the zipper cake? Looks like just zippers, meteors, pearls, whatever you want to call them. And then the, gosh, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 comets, the glittering comets just coming in like a hatch. Yeah. And then the shells at the end. Very good. So it's pretty typical to start a slow part of a song with strobes like this. Kind of lets the audience know something's going on. I close my eyes and I can see the world is waiting. So we got some more candles here. We got the 5 positions. I don't know if you noticed, but there was, I think 4 or 5 jet fountains there that kind of did a rolling in. I have mixed feelings about jet fountains. I mean, I think they need to be elevated and much closer maybe to the audience. They just don't get noticed. Every show that I've been to, I missed them, except for when I played the video back and saw them, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And you can see them really well in like Finale 3D, but in these shows, you usually miss them. That's my opinion anyway.
sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million.
So you can see what they did there. The brightest colors fill my head, and they're just popping little crossettes here on a Z pattern. So that's a really nice way to, you know, they started with the strobes, then they went with the candles, and they're just really working well with the lyrics of the song and the mood.
Dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take.
Oh, look at that. So they got these kind of waterfall shells that they did on top of that right at the end there. And those broke into a second stage of crossettes. That was pretty neat. Gosh, I don't know. Is that like a 2.5-inch shell maybe? Yeah, not sure. All it's gonna take, and you see just those brocades just chilling in the sky. I mean, come on, man. Right? Make. It's just ridiculous. Nice. Nice. The horsetails. Oh, here we go. Come alive, come alive, go and ride your life. Everything about that, just the ending of that song, and you hear the ooh from the shell, you know it's coming, right? So it's just, and then it, those waterfalls, strobing waterfalls. It burns so bright, reaching up to the sky, and it's open wide, your electrified. The world becomes a fantasy when you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. It's Tourbillon Zipper Cake. It's just like rolling with the music, you know, you're just rolling along. God, that's amazing effect for that particular part of the song. You know, it's kind of like just, yeah, the top's down, you're going down the highway, you got the music kicked up. I mean, that's what that cake feels like. This is where song selection comes into play. These songs are just perfect for Pyromusicals because you have those dun, 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 you know, and so you have a lot of opportunities to hit those comets and mines, and they do them perfectly here. They also are using some of the compound effects of the mine. So you have the initial shot, and then you have the strobing. So it's dun, dun, you know, so it's, yeah. I believe these are individual comets, but I'm not sure. They're like a crackling comet, but they're just kind of doing this. See those swimming comets? So they did like a sweep into the shells. I'm going to rewind that one real quick. Right here. To the left. This one. With the drum beat. You see that? Boom. Sick. Nice. So you see the blue peonies popping in between the looks like brocade shells there, and so you get that set. You have a lot of shots going off. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large shells going off, but in between those brocades are the blue peonies. So it really just adds a lot of color to it and some depth.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. So these candles are just marching on to the beat. I mean, it works perfectly as just filler, but also with this part of the song.
I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.
Now, I also noticed that it looks like that was a cake in the background, or a bunch of different candles. I couldn't quite tell, but you could see the timing of those fizzled out right as these oh. So it really disguised the unevenness of those individual candles ending. And I think that's genius, really, because that's hard to do. You know, you always got to think about when your effects are going to start, when they're going to stop, and how you roll into the other effects. But you can see that these comments here with the blue mines are really masking the fact that those ended unevenly. So I like that.
Another round of bullets, it's my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the shame in. We are bursting through the
Boom, boom, boom. You know, perfect. Also, you can see that they've got these cakes going again. It's a common theme throughout this entire show, uh, that just really perfectly fills those spaces in, but it's not overwhelming.
barricades and reaching for the sun. That's what we belong. I won't let them break me down. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are going on.
Seriously? I mean, that's just sick. We're going to watch that again. Hold on. I might have gone too far, but anyway.
Oh, we are going on. The sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out.
I just can't stop thinking about that last part. Timing, right? Timing is everything. So you have to know your product. You can't buy, or you can't design a show and then buy the product, bring it in, and then just go shoot it. It's not going to work out. You need to test each individual firework. It's expensive, I know, but if you want this level of professionalism, that's the only way. And clearly they did that. They know their product extremely well because the timing you're getting on these shells is just incredible.
I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come.
Also note, it's okay sometimes to be a little early on your shell breaks. So if you can't get the timing, if you can't test, say you've got a 62 millimeter shell that's, 2.5 second lift time generally, go with 2.5 seconds or 2.25, and even 2. Can't be too early though. If it's just a little early, it's fine. What you don't want to be is late, because that you'll notice big time. Okay, this is the finale song of the whole show. So if you noticed, go back and watch it again. The beginning of the song really slow, and it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. Some of the earlier songs did similar things, but they didn't build up as gradually and as much. So you can definitely see that the designer took the build up into account and is doing it very purposefully. Now we're getting a lot more cakes and a lot more comets with those cakes and slices. Just with the scream, the cake, or I'm sorry, the shells. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, this one does something for me. I've watched a lot of shows. I'll keep going back to this one every time. So here those shells break, and you can just hear the echo. Wherever they're at is prime time for this type of show, or any show really, but just the way that echo just lingered. And then she starts singing softly. You can't plan for that in Finale 3D. You just can't. But being there, I mean, if the designer planned for those type of audible effects, I mean, that's just. I'm gonna send a bird, gonna drown a man. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Whole sight picture. I mean, it just threw those meteors, those green or blue meteors up into shells. I mean, the product here is phenomenal. And of course, this is a 1.3 and 1.4 show, so it's mixed together. But wow. So we're throwing up a lot of those slices with the shells, just throwing them up and up and up and up. And then the whole sight picture right now is filled. All right, now we got the Nishiki effect, right? The just boom at the end, and then let it hang. I saw some salutes going off there too. Wow. All right, guys. That one really does something for me. I mean, like I said, I've watched a million shows, and I keep going back to that one all the time whenever I need inspiration. And it really does inspire me. I mean, the use of the secondary second stage effects, right? And then the timing of the shells, just through the whole, I mean, the song selection too. The Greatest Showman, the soundtrack there, every single song is just, hard stops, soft, light, the dynamic range of these songs is just, it just lends itself really well. But if I took anything away from that, it's just that the designer purposefully did a lot of things behind the scenes there that I didn't realize at first. And after watching it and watching and watching it, I can just see the selection of the fireworks in certain parts of the lyrics and how they work together, and then how the effects are forward thinking, right? They move into the next sequence, and it's just fucking amazing. All right, guys.